Hello, my name is Alistair Humphreys. I am an adventurer and an author, and I wrote the Boy Who Biked the World books, which you have very kindly been reading in school. Thank you so much for reading my books, and thank you, I have to say, for sending me lots and lots of amazing letters. So it's fantastic to hear from you. I get emails from quite a lot of schools, but I have to say, don't tell anyone, I'm especially happy to hear from your school because your school is also my school. I used to go to Kirkby Mallam School when I was a young lad, and look, I've even got a photo of me when I was at school. Let's see, can we see that there? Look at that handsome young fellow there. That's me when I was at Kirkby Mallam School. So it's brilliant to hear from you all. Since I left Kirkby Mallam School, I went on to become an adventurer, meaning that I go on different adventures and journeys around the world. And now I'm a writer, which means I sit in my shed with lots of books and I drink cups of coffee all day. Ooh, from a very, very dirty coffee cup, sorry. And that's my job. Very nice. Anyway, enough of me waffling away. You guys have sent me some fantastic questions. Thank you, Mrs. Allen, for sending them through. I think I'd better get on and answer them. Right, first one. What was your favourite country to cycle through? That's an impossible question to start with. I went to 60 countries and trying to choose a favourite one is really, really, really hard. And pretty much every time I get asked this, I give a different answer. So today I'm going to choose, I've got a world map on my ceiling. Let me have a look. Where do I choose today? Kyrgyzstan, Central Asia. Beautiful mountains, blue lakes, wildflowers, nomads living in yurts, really lovely people, beautiful place to cycle. How many banana sandwiches did you eat? I ate a lot of banana sandwiches when I cycle around the world. They're very cheap, they're very healthy, they've got loads of energy. So I ate lots, but I have to say I didn't eat quite as many as Tom did in the book. He gets a bit ridiculously obsessed with them, doesn't he? How many stamps did you get in your passport? That's a good question. When you go from one country to the next, you get stamped in your passport, giving you permission to go into that country. So most countries I went to stamped my passport, so my whole passport filled up, and I actually got through 2 different passports, which is really cool. You look at all the stamps, and it's got the different languages that the countries write in, sometimes different alphabets I can't really read, and they look really cool and make me want to go travel to lots of places. Right, next one is, I'm sorry by the way, these don't have your names on, so I can't give you a shout out, but thank you anyway. Here's a good question. How did the frog's legs, snails, mussels, and lots of stinky cheese taste? You must be talking about the delicious food of La Belle France, of France. When you cycle a long way, all food tastes really delicious. And one of the best things of travelling actually is just going to lots of different countries and trying food from loads and loads of different countries. And actually we can do that now at home really, can't we? There's lots of different countries, restaurants that we can try different foods. It's a good thing to do. Question, what was your favourite food? Whoever sent this letter was definitely writing just before lunchtime. You're obviously very hungry. My favourite food, that's also a really hard question to answer. I mean, China, it's delicious. The Middle East, countries like Syria and Lebanon, really lovely food. South Africa, good barbecues called braais. Japan has fantastic food. And a little country called Georgia, really, really nice food. They have these things called khachapuri, which is a bit like cheese on toast and you have it for breakfast. Very nice. Right. Next question. Was it fun when you got chased by children? Not really. I mean, I'm sure you children are very nice, but occasionally on my bike trip, I'd find some very annoying children who liked chasing me on my bike and even throwing stones at me. Not very nice. Scorpions in your shoe. Yeah, when you're in a desert and you're camping, you've got to shake out your shoe in the morning to make sure there's no scorpions there. Luckily, living in Malhamdale, you're pretty safe from scorpions. Next question. My name is... And we have read your book, and I loved your book, and I'm a keen cyclist. Fantastic. Well, where you live is pretty hilly. It's a brilliant place for bike riding, but pretty hilly, isn't it? How much money did you spend travelling around the world? I spent £7,000, which probably sounds to you like a lot of money. It is quite a lot of money, but that's the amount of money I spent in 4 whole years. And if you ask your family at home, how much does it cost to live for a year? You definitely spend more than £7,000 just staying at home for 4 years. So adventures don't have to be that expensive. I was travelling by bike, I was sleeping in my tent, I was eating banana sandwiches. It's pretty cheap. How many miles did you ride? I rode 46,000 miles. What famous buildings did you see? I saw the Eiffel Tower. I saw the Great Wall of China. I saw Petra in Jordan. Google that. Lalibela in Ethiopia. Fantastic church. I saw Machu Picchu in Peru. That's pretty awesome. Wild places. I saw Victoria Falls. I saw the Blue Nile Falls and the River Nile. I saw the Salar de Uyuni, 200 miles of salt lake. And I saw Malham Cove as well. Beautiful places. Next page. Oh, you like the diaries I wrote in the book. Thank you. I'm glad you like the diaries. Yeah, I tried to write it as though it was Tom who was writing the book, and so talking about his diaries. How smelly did your socks get? How cheeky. My socks got very smelly. Yeah, they really, really, really did start to stink until I could find a river where I could clean out my socks. How exciting was your whole trip? Marks out of 10. Well, it was the whole world. That's pretty exciting. So I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I also like the places you saw, like the Blue Mosque and the Hagia Sophia. Oh yeah, Istanbul is a fantastic city. I love Istanbul. Next letter. These are very neat, by the way. I'm very impressed. I've answered that question as someone who's very interested in banana sandwiches. We're really enjoying your book. Well, thank you very much. We liked it when you saw the elephants. Eat lots of different foods. Fantastic. And here come some questions. How rough and hot was the desert? Although you've actually spelt it as how rough and hot was the dessert, which is making me hungry just before lunch. How hot was the desert? Very, 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 very hot. Much hotter than Yorkshire. And pulling your bike through hot sand is really, really hard work. It was exhausting, really difficult part of the journey. But often when you think back, the most difficult parts of the journey are often the ones that give you the best memories afterwards and the ones you feel really proud about and really feel really good about afterwards. How many water bottles did you have? Well, I had a couple of normal bike bottles, and then I had a couple of sort of big fizzy drink bottles that I'd fill up with water, and then I had a big bag, like a cushion really, that could fill up with water, and that could carry 10 litres. So I was carrying at times up to 17 litres of water, which is 17 kilograms. So that's pretty hot, pretty hot places you need to have that much water, and it's really heavy. It's so heavy to carry. Right. Did you like the food in France? Yes, it was delicious. Did you like being in Egypt? I wonder if I like it. I really liked Egypt. I mean, cycling in Egypt was a bit of a nightmare. Trying to ride your bike through Cairo, it was so noisy and the traffic was totally crazy. But I enjoyed the food in Egypt. The people are nice and friendly. Of course, there's incredible history. You get to see the pyramids, the mummies, the Sphinx, stories of the pharaohs, the River Nile, crocodiles, the Valley of the Kings. So yeah, it's a pretty cool place. What's your favourite city? That's a good question. Maybe Istanbul, Cape Town, San Francisco, Rio de Janeiro. I love those places. What's quite interesting is all of those are surrounded by the sea, so maybe what I really want to do is go and live by the sea. Dear Alistair, how are you feeling? Well, that's a nice start to a letter. I'm feeling great, actually. I'm feeling good because, look here, let me show you. Where is it? This is what a book looks like when it's finished. This is what a book looks like before it's finished. When actually it probably just looks like your homework. You see, I've had to scribble all over this in red pen because these are all the mistakes that I found as I've been going through and writing my next book, which is called The Girl Who Rode the Ocean. It's about Tom's sister Lucy. She rows across the Atlantic Ocean. And the reason I'm feeling good today is because I've nearly finished writing that book. Whew. Thank goodness, writing books is much harder than going on adventures. Right. Did it rain in the desert? No, it didn't rain in the desert. What was your favourite animal? Probably seeing whales when I was sailing across the Atlantic to get from Africa to South America was pretty special. Wow, this is some seriously neat writing, this person here. This person is clearly a genius. We're hoping the next book is as good as the first one. Me too. When did you decide to bike the world? So, after I finished school, then I went to university, and when I was there, I started reading loads and loads of travel and adventure books. You can see I've got lots of books behind me here. Reading books of travel and reading books about adventure, that got me dreaming of doing more things. So, reading books is the secret to doing exciting stuff in your life. Not necessarily adventures, but yeah, reading books got me excited about wanting to go travel the world. Boom, 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 boom. Did you see the Eiffel Tower light up? Did I see the Eiffel Tower light up? I don't think I did. I think I only saw the Eiffel Tower in daylight, so I didn't see it lit up. Right, next question. Did you go to all the places in the world? No, definitely not. So I went to 60 countries, which is quite a lot, but there are 200 countries in the world, so I could spend the whole of my life cycling around the world and I wouldn't get to go everywhere, which just shows how big and exciting the world really is. Things I liked about the book. I liked when you're in France looking at the Eiffel Tower. Fantastic. I could imagine that. Nice. Thank you. It's always good to get some feedback. And that is the final question on the list. So thank you everyone from my old school, Kirby Mallam School, the best school in the world, for sending me the best questions in the world. Questions about the best book in the world. Maybe that bit isn't true, but thank you anyway for sending me some questions. I hope you've enjoyed the book. And most of all, I hope the book gives you some ideas for adventures of your own. So, good luck with all of your own adventures. I'm going to get on with writing my book and then go and wash my coffee cup. Bye everyone. Thank you.